Welcome back to the YouTube channel, and today we're going to talk about the often controversial large format tile question. What I'm holding here is a 12 by 24 tile, and if you think this is what I'm talking about when I say large format tile, I have a lot of really interesting things in store for you. We're going to talk about the 24 by 48, the most common large format tile that we're using here in the South Jersey market. We're going to jump into book matching. We're going to talk about 48 by 48 inch tile, even bigger, and we're going to finish with my personal favorite, the porcelain slab, which can come up to 5.5 foot by 10.5 foot, which is a lot larger than a 12 by 24 inch tile. So first, we're going to talk about the 24 by 48 inch tile. Like I said, it's the most common. Now there's a lot of large format tiles. You can have a 24 by 24, an 18 by 36, whatever. 24 by 48, we love. We sell a lot of 24 by 48. I love them for a variety of reasons. Number one, the price point is not significantly different than the 12 by 24. And what I love about the larger format product is it allows the product to seem more realistic. So again, these are porcelain tiles, but the bigger you go, the graphic is gonna be more like the real stones are. So if we have here is a gemstone look in a 24 by 48 polished, it's gonna look more like the real gemstone in a larger tile than say a 12 by 24. It's also nice because if you hate grout, which everybody hates grout it seems like, less grout joints on a larger tile. The price point's the same, you get less grout joints, it makes for a really awesome opportunity for the homeowner to use these things. Now tile setters used to be afraid of anything over a 12 by 12. That used to be the big story, right? Oh my gosh, a 16 by 16 inch tile, how am I ever gonna do this? Nowadays we're seeing bigger and bigger, so they're starting to get more used to it, more open to working with larger format tile. I'll talk about when I get to the slabs, what kind of tile setter it takes to be able to work with these kinds of materials. The average tile setter is going to be able to handle a 24 by 48 inch tile. Beautiful products, everything you can think of, matte finish, travertines, onyxes, they all come in 24 by 48s. Everything that does not come in is what we're going to call the book match slab. Now this is really interesting because this is brand new to the market. These book match 24 by 48s are really cool. And when I say book match, it often gets confused. A book match literally means that the pattern is reflected over the center line. It's like opening a book. These here come in, what I have is 8 different options in book matching. All the different colors you could possibly think of. Really, really cool because again, it gives you that dramatic accent wall that you're after, but the price point's good, so we don't have to go to slab. For a book match, you used to have to use a real slab or a porcelain slab that are every bit of 4 foot by 8 foot in size, and it would be a little bit more expensive. It's gonna cost more to install it. With the 24 by 48, again, the regular everyday tile setter is gonna be able to handle this. A couple of things to keep in mind from a design perspective. Because it's a 24 by 48, our reflection points are gonna happen across the middle when you reflect it back up, but then it's gonna repeat itself. So we don't like to do these on really large areas, right? So we like to do it on an accent wall in a shower. Traditionally, a shower is gonna be about a 3 by 5. So that back wall at 5 foot by say 8 or 9 feet, you can have a really dramatic accent wall with these book matching. We don't like to carry it onto the side walls because the reflection points happen so often, it becomes a little bit over the top, right? We don't want to see this exact pattern reflect, 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 but it does translate really nice to one specific area. And again, like I said, it comes in all different kinds of colors and finishes. I just finished putting one of these in a house in Longport and it looks absolutely spectacular. Beachy blues, oceany colors here. This rack right here is also really nice because what I can do is I can show you this one and say you're not feeling that and you wanted something a little bit more traditional, marble style. We could flip it up right here, use it as a table and showcase again that beautiful book matching. So I'll talk a little bit more about book matching when we get into the slabs, but I wanted to highlight this because like I said, this is an entry point for the everyday customer. The price point is very much so in line with the traditional 12 by 24 or subways that you're gonna use on your walls, but you can do a book matched accent wall to give you that incredibly high-end luxury feel, but not necessarily have to throw out the bank to get it. So this is a really nice line, all new book match 24 by 48s. But now we're gonna get into the 48 by 48s. Another very interesting product because when they came out with this, we were at the time dealing with 5 foot by 10 foot porcelain slabs, massive. Only a few people locally are able to handle that in the job site, which I'll get into when we talk about slabs. But the 48 by 48 allowed for the everyday tile setter to be able to handle cutting these things on site, but now we get an even bigger tile, right? So what we have here are these beautiful 4 foot by 4 foot tiles, matte polished. Again, we have them in concrete looks, in marble looks, in onyx looks. And we get huge, beautiful installs with very few grout joints. And again, that pattern translates really nicely to a large format tile. So right here, we have a Calcutta look. This Calcutta in a 48 by 48 up on your walls is gonna look more realistic to a true Calcutta gold than a 12 by 24 would. Think about when they do a 12 by 24 tile. The veins are gonna start to clash into each other because they're not a carried veining. When I say carried veining, it means where this vein stops on this tile, it carries on to the next tile. You don't get that in 12 by 24 tiles. You can get that in larger format tiles. So you're gonna get a more realistic, true marble look on your walls by using something in a much bigger space. Also really nice about these, very similar to the 24 by 48 pattern. So where there's a price difference between porcelain slabs and 24 by 48s, this came to the market and kind of bridged that gap. So now we can have, again, the tile install factor is gonna be very similar to a 24 by 48 in terms of cost. The product's gonna be very similar in terms of cost to the 24 by 48. So again, it's accessible to that everyday customer that wants to be, say, do a renovation but doesn't wanna kill themselves financially. You can get that luxury high-end finish by using something like a 48 by 48 that's going to give you that slab feel, but again, be very much so price point friendly. So these are all 48 by 48s. There's a ton of options in 48 by 48 as well. So any kind of concept that you want, you're going to be able to find it there. Now we get to my favorite, and we just finished putting these in this display here. What I have is 4 foot by 9 foot porcelain slabs that are 6 millimeter in thickness. So they're very thin. And the reason I say that is because that's where it becomes difficult for the installation process. An everyday installer is not going to be able to handle these things at a job site. And that's very important because of the price point that we're going to talk about. If you wanted to have slabs done and you don't have an installer who can do it, you have two options. A, we get you in touch with an installer who can do it on job sites, or B, you send it to a fabricator. Now the fabricators, they don't love the thin porcelain slabs because they actually have to change the blades out. They can't cut it with the same blades that they're cutting their granite or their stones with. They have to switch it out, put it up on the water jet, cut it. It takes a lot of time and effort, and then the price point jacks up again. So having a tile setter who can do this on the job site is going to save you a lot of both time and money. So why do they need to have specialized training or know what they're doing when working with this? Well, they're massive, right? So how are they going to maneuver them? They got to safely carry them in and out of houses, put them up onto tables, and then snap cut the whole porcelain slab. So imagine, like, they have these in 5 foot by 10 foot slabs. You take a 5 foot by 10 foot, really thin piece of tile, you put it up on a table, and then they'll snap cut it. They could actually cut 2 inches by 10 foot in length off of these slabs. The really good guys can do that without any problems. So being able to do that requires a little bit of training, right? You might want to go to one of the seminars that we host or try to get a couple slabs. We have broken slabs that are out back that we let guys take out and try to use their snap cutters on. Learn how to use it, know what the feel is, the pressure points that you have to put on it to make those cuts. And what you're going to get in the end is a truly spectacular bathroom. Right now, there's 3 guys that I know of locally in our area that'll actually cut these things on site, which is an incredible opportunity for more young installers or people who are interested in getting involved in this kind of work to start learning, start asking us questions about how do I start doing this, because the market for these are growing rapidly. We have currently probably somewhere to the tune of 35 different options of porcelain slabs, and we're expecting by the end of the year that's going to double. And the price points on these things are also going to come down because they're becoming more popular. So the market is getting flooded with these options, making the price points more competitive, which means that homeowners, much like yourself, or if you're a contractor, your clients, are going to start wanting to use these in their bathrooms because the price points are going to be much more reasonable. For example, if you wanted to do real slabs, I'm talking about real marble slabs across your whole bathroom, you're probably to the tune of $20,000 in material cost, installation, and all of that. You can buy porcelain slabs for anywhere between $600 to say $1,200 per slab, and then the install is typically going to be about somewhere between $1,000 to $1,500 per slab. So it's significantly less expensive to do porcelain slabs including installation, than it would be to do real slabs. So there is a market for this that is growing, and there's a lot more demand coming for things like this. So being able to professionally install them, do it with confidence, is going to be very important. What I love about these from a design perspective: beautifully ink-jetted, incredible graphics that look like real slabs. A fully slabbed out bathroom is probably one of the most remarkable luxury high-end finish that you can do to a space. And doing it in porcelain that actually looks like the real stone is what we're starting to see happen with these products here. So we're getting the really large format, so very few grout joints. You're talking about 2-3 grout joints potentially across the entire shower. Sometimes we can even get a full wall, all 3 full walls, to be full pieces of slab, so your joints are only in the corners, much like it would be with a real slab job. So you're gonna get a truly realistic stone slab finished bathroom with something like this. And it's not just the bathrooms. We're seeing it done on backsplashes. We're seeing it done exterior because it's porcelain. Think about an outdoor kitchen. An outdoor kitchen is in the elements in our area: freeze, thaw, sun, all that different stuff. Porcelain's gonna hold up the best to that. So if you're thinking about doing an outdoor kitchen, a porcelain slab is by far your best answer. In addition to that, like I said, we have so many different options, so many different colors. Like if you loop around the back side of this guy here, we have them on both sides. This is, on one side is a beautiful onyx look, on the back side is a dramatic black. Now I gotta clean this thing, my goodness, but like I said, it just went in. Dramatic black, rich colors, and then you have blues, you have grays, you have natural calcuttas, you have statuarios, you have every different finish that you could possibly think of, and you can get them in these massive slabs. The slabs themselves are very thin, so they require proper technique with installation and care. They also require the layout to be very important. So that bathroom size is important. How many slabs you're gonna need, because you're gonna have some waste factor when you're using slabs like this. But ultimately, if you're looking for what is the top of the line, high class bathroom, a porcelain slab is an opportunity for you to put that in your home at a better price point than something like a real slab would be, but with the same outcome. That's what I love about the porcelain slabs. And like I said, they're huge, they're coming. We're seeing more and more products come into our doors every day that are showcasing lines that come in 24x48 that also come in slabs. So it gives you a ton of options, a ton of versatility and design perspective. And again, this is the next wave of things coming to our market. I talked about the 12x24 being what was once considered the large format. This is large format tile at its finest. So now that you have all that information, right, you got to decide, am I a 24x48? Am I a 48x48? Am I a porcelain slab kind of person? And have I moved past the concept of a 12x24 being considered a large format tile? I love large format. We put a ton of large format throughout our showrooms because we know that, again, it's got the right price points and it gives you such a better finished look. And don't be afraid of the 24x48 in a smaller space. Like I said, 3x5 is a common size bathroom. We're doing a ton of 24x48s on those. Bathroom floors, 24x48s. The bigger, the better. If you like this content, if you've learned something, drop a comment. If there's something else you want to learn about, or if you have a question about large format tile, drop a comment. Like the video, subscribe, share it with your friends. We got a lot more coming your way, and we look forward to giving you all the insight you need.